I can hear everything. The crunching of the grass beneath my feet. The cool breeze that blows over my skin. The sound of the birds in the sky. The rustling of the leaves on the trees. Even these old knees crackling. I hear that familiar sound of the white-tailed deer in the distance. But there's only one thing today that I cannot hear. And that's the shot.
You've got to be kidding me. $1,000 scope, and I still can't hit the deer? Come on.
Prohear. They'll make you hear better, but they won't make you a better shot. Welcome to the Pokemon Squad. My name's John, and we're shining the light of Christ one ride at a time. And today, guys, we've got an awesome video here sponsored by Prohear. They've sent us over an awesome pair of their headphones that block out shooting sounds or anything over a certain decibel, but everything else is magnified. So you're going to hear all kinds of stuff you wouldn't normally be able to hear except for the loudest of noises, which is really handy if you're hunting. And so here we have the Prohear. I've got it as the EM066 electronic shooting earmuffs. And so anything I'm assuming over this decibel is completely blocked out. You can turn up the volume if you want to hear a bunch or just a little. It happens very fast, and they last looks like around 4 hours. Let's see what else is on the box here. 2 omnidirectional microphones, so you got a microphone in each ear, so you know kind of which direction it's coming. A volume knob, turn it up and down like I had mentioned before. All kinds of cool stuff. And here is also the back of it. Now, what's interesting is that they reached out to me. Hey, would you mind showing off our earmuffs and let us know what you think? But what they didn't realize is that I already own a couple pair of these and have had them for about a year. I don't know if this is the exact same model or not, but I can actually tell you before I even open this box that these things are fantastic. So spoiler alert. So let me set the camera up. We'll do a little unboxing, show you what you can expect, and then we'll tell you what they sound like. Okay, I have not opened this box, so let's just see exactly what comes with it and how it is packaged. We have got some accessories here, some patches, so you can customize the size of it. We've got some other earmuffs here, or earplugs. I think you can plug this into something, maybe hear your music or something through them. I'm not entirely sure. Got us a little card here. A little instructions manual, perhaps. I'm not sure. We've got actual muffs themselves. Like I said, I'm not sure if I have the exact same model as these or not. You are going to need 2 AAA batteries, which are not included. Look at that. They look very much the same. They're both the Prohear Machete, which I'm glad because I really like these. And this doesn't look like it's maybe like a subpar model. And so we can just kind of pull this out. There's a little thing showing nobody ever put their sweaty head on this one. This is what it looks like. Here's our volume knob. So all the way down, you'll hear a click. That's off. Of course, you can turn it up or down, depending on how much you want to hear. Very nice, very comfortable, nice leatherish feel on the band and also the muffs themselves. Which where you plug in that auxiliary cable. I mean, these things look good. You can go out to the range, and I don't think anybody's not going to think that you've got something great on top of your head. Let's check out these accessories. I love the patches, and they give you several different options. So we will probably put on the orange option here, just so got some extra little stickies, just so I can tell which one I'm reviewing, because I don't want to, get them mixed up. I want to give you this actual headphone review. So let's just stick it right there. Easy enough. Now I know which pair I've got. But you know what? We need to put a little America on there as well. Oh, there's a bee. There's a bee. All right. So since I didn't bring any batteries with me, because I didn't read the box beforehand, I am going to take them out of another set. Now let's see here if I can remember how to get to the battery compartment. One of these things pops off. This one. There we go. See? I just guessed. All right. And so we're going to put 2 AAA batteries right there. Snap this back on. And let's see what they sound like. All right. Got it in there. I'm going to go ahead and slap these things on my head and see what they sound like. All right. So let's go ahead and get them on. They adjust up and down like this. And so I'm just going to throw them on. I just kind of get them on and then shove the head down. All right. So they're on there. I can't really hear much at all until I go ahead. And the more I turn it up, the more that I can hear. And so I hear an airplane out in the distance. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I hear crows. I hear the wind blowing. It's pretty sweet. You feel like you've got superhuman hearing when you turn these things all the way up. Now, one thing I've noticed using these in the last hunting season, I'm in a pasture right now that has, been mowed down, bush hogged. When you step on that grass, you don't hear anything with your ears, but with these, it crunches. And you think, well, no wonder I can't get a deer if that's what they're hearing. That's what I assume. They kind of hear, what we hear when we wear these. So my hearing is amplified 4 times, and I'm hearing things I normally wouldn't hear. My voice is louder. I can hear myself even breathe a little more. But I can hear nature even more than I could without these. Now, the awesome thing about this is I've got 4 times the hearing power as I did, but it completely cuts off the sound when I hit my hands together like that, or when you take the shot, it just cuts it out completely. I mean, it's kind of strange that you hear so good and then all of a sudden they just turn off for just that brief moment. Now I can hear this. That got cut off. So that's the, I guess, the cutoff. I hear that. That's cutting it off right there. That's not a loud clap, but it's getting clipped. So you hear all the sounds, but any sound that goes over the threshold, you just don't hear it. These things just cut off. And that's pretty neat. One thing I always hate, whenever me and my son are out hunting and you've got the earmuffs on and you can't hear, each other talk and you want to whisper, when you're in the deer stand together, you can whisper and still hear each other because your hearing is amplified, by 4 times. So you can whisper and still be in the same deer stand and hear with these. And so, I don't know if I've got a great way to show you exactly what it sounds like. I'm going to try to take my microphone, shove it in here, and just whack on something and see if you can hear what I hear. So let's try that little experiment. Okay, so I have my microphone here. This is what's being recorded. It may sound a little more quiet because it's farther away from my body than it was, but I'm going to, and I don't know what this is going to sound like on camera. It looks like I can just shove it in there. You might not even be able to hear me right now. Let's go ahead and turn you up. So maybe you can hear my voice getting louder and louder. I don't know what you're going to hear. I'll go back and listen, and this may be a complete failure, but maybe you can hear everything even better now. I don't know what you're hearing. The future John knows, but I don't. And so you can probably hear that, but I don't know if I can make a loud enough noise where it'll cut off. I don't know. I don't know if it's cutting off or not. I know my hand hurts. So I'm going to go back and listen to the footage and see if that made any difference. I may be blaringly loud right now to you in your ears because this is being magnified. Now, something that is interesting, when you open these up and they get close together, you hear feedback, and that's because there's microphones on each side and they're playing out, kind of like getting phones too close together. So I'm going to listen to that and see if I just need to edit out this whole portion or not. All right, so I listened to that. I do think that was a pretty good test. Me beating on that it's loud enough to cut the microphone off, but not. It's so close that you can't really get a good idea of just how much is being blocked as far as the sound goes. And so later I'll wear a pair of these while we take shots, and I'll try to go ahead, do that experiment again, but with the actual bang of a shot. We'll see if you can really get a better, idea of just how good they work. Now I know you're listening to speakers and you can only, judge the sound so much, but I just want to tell you they work for sure. And so let's go ahead and take a couple shots. Maybe I can make this work from our experiment. But I'm telling you, I've had these things for a year, and they're fantastic. And very affordable compared to some of the alternatives. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with these. Everybody needs a pair that shoots, whether you're going to the range or if you are just out there in the woods hunting. These things are fantastic, especially if you've got somebody with you, so you can whisper back and forth. You may be 200 yards away, and the deer won't hear a whisper, but they could hear you talking. But you can whisper to your partner in your stand, and you'll be able to communicate, but still at a very low level. But then when it's time to take a shot, you won't hear it. It won't hurt your ears, and it'll keep you safe. And that's what's most important, right? It will not make you a better shot, but it will let you hear better. And so let's just get, a good look. And they come in a couple different colors. These are the ones I own personally, and then this is the one that they sent me. But these things are great. Fantastic product. So I've got a 243 Savage hunting rifle here that we're going to try out with our experiment. I will once again, I'm going to take a couple shots just with the microphone, and then I will take a couple shots with it inside of here. So maybe you can tell the difference. This is not the loudest gun in the world, but it's still way louder than you want to expose your ears to. It'll still make your ears ring, I guarantee it. And so I do think, though, we'll still have a good experiment here. All right, I'm not sure if you can hear me from all the way over there. I've got just 2 rounds in here. Go ahead, load it up. I'm not even going to take, the scope off. I'm not shooting at anything. But you're over there. You're right by the camera on the microphone. And I just want you to see how loud it is over there. I know it won't be as loud as a real gunshot. From your perspective, it could be pretty loud. So, got one in the chamber. Safety off. Here we go. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm about to put you in here. It's probably going to be, loud when I'm shoving you in there, but I can't turn it off and then, do the other stuff. So I'm going to turn it on, shove you in there. No, it's loud. I apologize. Yeah, throw a little duct tape on it. Seems to be pretty well sealed up at the top. I just don't want any of the, the sound getting through and giving you a false idea of what to expect.
Okay, you should be able to hear me since it's magnified. I've got you in the exact same spot the other one was. Hopefully, I'm about the same distance. I'm going to take this shot, 2 shots, just like we did. I'm not aiming at anything. Nothing for 1,000 yards that way or even longer. I'm going to rack one in, shoot 2 rounds, and hopefully we'll get a sense of just how loud, how good these things are. Let's do another one. I don't know if this you can tell or not, but it does work. It's just you hear everything and it cuts out when the shot goes and it comes right back on. Right, here we go. The echo is a lot louder though. He goes. All right, so I'm going to review the footage. It may not come across as good as it does in real life, of course. You think I didn't hear a difference? I don't know yet, but in real life there is a massive difference. I don't know what else there's to say. These things are awesome. Get you a pair. You're still hearing me through these. Let's get you out of there.
All right, you're back on me here. Get you a set of these Prohear shot canceling earmuffs. They are absolutely fantastic. We don't shoot guns anymore without these. We'll go with some friends and they're shoving stuff in their ears. And I think technically you are supposed to put those things inside as well, just for extra protection. I didn't. Hopefully Prohear is okay with that, because I didn't feel the need. It's just not necessary for me, but maybe for you. Just follow the instructions. But these things are fantastic. They look good. I love that they've got the patches. They're stylish. I mean, they look great. They sound great. Get a pair of these, guys. They're great. I put all of my endorsement behind these, and not because they sent me a free pair. I already had a pair, 2 pair actually, and already used them for a whole year and love them. Now, you have these things on your side by side and you're riding to your deer thing. You're going to want to turn them off because the side by side is going to be really loud. Doesn't quite go over that threshold. But as far as, hunting, they're perfect. You can probably still hear the feedback. Don't forget, Jesus Christ loves you so much, he died for you. And all the honor and glory goes to God. Good night, good pulls. Be safe. And God bless.